Welcome to the Man Whore Podcast.
Hey, pimps and pinups, whores and hot wives. This is Billy Procida, and you are listening to the Man Whore Podcast. Hey, everybody, how you doing? Welcome to the show. I'm your host, comedian Billy Procida. This is the podcast where every week I talk to women I've hooked up with about sex, dating, sexuality, and love. However, this week's guest is a very special one, not one of my former flames, comedian Andrew Schulz of MTV2's Guy Code and the upcoming IFC show Benders. He is on the show today. Oh, and wow, what an episode we have for you. It's a little touchy, it's a little edgy, might push your boundaries a bit, but man, did I have fun. So funny. But let's start with some show dates, people. Show dates. This Friday's show in Sloatsburg is been canceled. It's going to get moved to a different date. But don't worry, Saturday, September 26th, I'm going to be at the Pine Box Rock Shop in Brooklyn at 8 p.m. And then October 5th, I am at Broadway Comedy Club for the 11 p.m. show. You can see those show dates and more over at manwhorepod.com/comedy. And for all you floaters, you dance aficionados, I'm going to be at What the Float this Saturday after the Pine Box show. Go to whattheflo.at. Yes, that's whattheflow.at for info and deets and ticks and such. Oh, the Jets, baby. Wow, what a game. I know this is a sex podcast, but can we just... I'd be remiss if I didn't comment about how sexy the Jets defense played. Oh, man, how many interceptions? How many? Luck looked mad, but that Jets secondary was hot. Loved it. May have lost my fantasy football matchup, but you know what? It's okay because we got a Jets W, baby. 2-0. Love it. Let's do this. Let's show some gratitude. Let's do the impersonal Patreon thank you roll call. Yeah. This is the part of the show where I like to say thank you to everyone, every single person who contributes and supports this show on Patreon. I gotta tell you guys, it means it just warms my heart. It means a whole so much to me. And a lot of you came and stepped it up. Some of you upped your pledges. We got some new big pledges from people I don't even know, and I'm so happy to know you. So right now, I want to say thank you so much to Michael T, Christina D, Holly F, Andrew R, Sarah B, Sean B, Prickly Peach. Yeah, there's a person named Prickly Peach, I guess. Nelly H, Jazz O, both of the Megan N's, Jeff C, Jennifer C, Greg A, Jeffrey J, Lawrence B, Ramon F, Dervla, Justin C, Stephanie B, Sarah S, Lauren A, Madeline B, Dave K, and winner Lance. Congratulations, Lance, through some absurd bullshit. You beat me this week in fantasy football, but you know, it's just one loss. It's fine. I think I'm in fourth place now. I'm 1-1. That's surmountable. Thank you everybody so much. You too can support the Man Whore Podcast and receive a slew of great rewards. You can pledge as little as 25 cents per month or $1 a month or more. And you can cancel at any time. To do so, go to patreon.com/manwhorepodcast. Or if you can't spell Patreon, I don't blame you. Just go to manwhorepod.com and click that Patreon banner at the side. It means so much to me. Thank you all so much. So you may notice that in the show dates, I did not pimp the Unslut screening here in New York City. That is because the Unslut screening has been canceled. That really disappoints me. Unslut, a documentary film, of course, about slut-shaming, sexual bullying in North America. Emily Linden from the Unslut Project. We were going to put on this screening over at the Creek in the Cave in Queens, and I was really excited about it, but she emails me, says she's got to cancel. She's not entirely sure why, but some people emailed her and said that she should. So she did. Why is that? Listen, I've had I don't know how many of you know this. I don't think many of you do because no one emailed me about it. But, you know, like I got into some personal beef with some people, some sex pos folks. This was not a beef of ideological differences. This was like this was like we were not happy with each other type of beef. And, you know, I lost my cool, did not handle the situation well. It was like I'm going to say at the core, it's with about 4, maybe 5 people. They were all women, but them being women had nothing to do with it. They just happened to be women. I would have handled the same. I would have poorly handled the situation with men too. So now some of them, they tried to take this blow up, this tiff, and claim I'm anti-woman. Like someone called me a misogynist, and it's retarded to call me a misogynist. And some of you might at that word too, but you know, whatever. Because anyone who calls me a misogynist is dumb. Because if you look up the definition of misogyny, it means I have to think that women are less than men. I clearly don't think that, therefore not misogynist. Asshole, very much so. If they call me an asshole, would not argue. I mean, what went down was, you know, probably in like my Billboard 100 asinine moments. And it was annoying but it's just like, you know, when you're trying to say, oh my God, you're anti-woman, when you get into a fight with someone, don't hide behind your gender like a coward. When it's obvious that I got nothing against women as a whole, right? So you don't say like, I got a beef with you. I don't have a beef with women. Don't go hiding behind that. It's cowardly. And it's dumb. And it's part of the problem. It's why, you know, people hate, it's why feminist has a negative connotation, because you over accuse like that. So, and I have since apologized, you know, there was a lengthy thing written and sent to those people. I have moved on past it. There's not much more I can do. But these people, they basically intimidated Emily to not work with me. Despite like my obvious enthusiasm about her cause, you know, about slut shaming in this country. And it's unfortunate because, you know, we're all silly. The Tea Partiers and all the way to the sex pos people. Like we're all silly. We're all a little bit ridiculous. We all end up dead in a box at the end. And this ties into the social justice warrior movement thing. It's just annoying as fuck. I gotta say. I mean, if you haven't had an opportunity, do make sure you get a chance to find the season premiere of South Park that aired last week, because it just nailed the social justice thing. It really just pointed out why they're pretty ridiculous. They're not all bad. It's not 100% a bad thing to check someone's privilege or to correct someone's pronoun usage. But a lot of them tend to take it a little bit over the top. I blame digital journalism for one thing, but it was absurd. And you know what? And then in response to the South Park episode, there was this excellent piece on Slate that really just kind of summed it up real nicely about the social justice warriors. And so I'm going to read that part I'm going to read this quote to you because it just nails it. Being part of an oppressed minority does not automatically make one, quote, good, well-intentioned, or correct. And likewise, knowing the social justice script by heart does not necessarily mean you are making the world more just. I know the script, and I'm guilty of it sometimes. It's hard to figure out like what's right and what's just overly sensitive and ridiculous. It's something I have to battle a lot. Am I outraged because someone's truly being oppressed? Or am I just happy to be right and to correct somebody? Because sometimes like you get a little bit self-righteous about it. Especially when it doesn't even affect me and all my really awesome adjectives. So I don't know. It's disappointing that that went down, and I'm sorry it had to go down like that. But oh well, man. I'm still here. I'm not going anywhere. I'm still coming, bringing you the same awesome message, people. If I don't got the Sex Pause Army behind me, like whatever. Oh man, check out the show notes for the article in Slate. I'll put a link in there. And yeah, so but this week's guest, Andrew Schulz, everybody, comedian Andrew Schulz, fucking super funny guy. Have known him for years. Really excited he could come on. I read Schultz's tweets and I want to react in like a social justice warrior way. I kind of want to go like, how dare you say that? Or you can't say such a thing. Or like, oh man, Andrew, you are so out of touch on that issue. But then when I go and reread, I'll be like, wait a second, does that almost make sense? So he'll go on some like touchy topics, but I'm like, you know what? Okay, I'll discuss this with you. And here's a great example. We disagree a shit ton in this episode. And you know what happens? We were still fine. We were cool after that. We can still be friends. We can still have like amicable conversation. We can still agree on other things. It doesn't have to be just like all or nothing. Some of you may just listen to this episode and goes like, oh, it's just two straight cis white guys talking. Hate that. And then maybe this episode or podcast is not for you. But I think a lot of you are going to enjoy it, even if you don't entirely enjoy some of the positions on some of the topics, because he's hilarious. It's great. Cecil the Lion makes an appearance. I had zero. I would have never guessed that he would that lion would have shown up. So yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and let y'all get to it. We sit back, relax, enjoy. Oh, also know I did not have enough time to fact check everything that was claimed in this episode. So you can either look them up yourselves, or if you're really curious or upset, I can do potential retractions next week if you email me at manwhorepod@gmail.com. So yeah, guys, enjoy Andrew Schulz.
Whatever, man.
Yeah, that's cool. I don't know. I just find you interesting because you have like interesting logic.
Okay.
So from afar, like social justice-y type people may be like, that guy's an asshole. Like if they only hear Yarmulke bitch, then they're going to be like, fuck this guy. But then if you listen to you, like you should listen to people, you go, that weirdly makes sense.
That's it. That's all I want to do is weirdly make sense. That's my goal in comedy, is to weirdly make sense.
Yeah. Well, like I saw you like trying to argue about, you're trying to make a point about prostitution and how if you recorded it and called it porn, then
prostitution.
It's technically not prostitution, which there are people who do that. Like I've seen ads on Craigslist where she's like, oh, we're going to shoot a thing and you pay me this much. We're going to shoot. Yeah.
We're filmmakers. We're porn stars.
Right.
Yeah.
And so in theory,
horrible bodied porn stars.
But like from afar, I think like that can't possibly work. I'm like, no, that's actually you're like it's secretly feminist in some of the things, like the arguments.
I mean, I don't believe in I don't believe in prostitution, but actually, I'm not against prostitution. It's a weird thing. Do I believe in prostitution? Do I believe in prostitution? I don't know. I'm conflicted on prostitution.
Yeah,
just because I feel like.
Is it because like you're picturing your daughter potentially doing it? And
no, it's more women in general.
Okay.
It's just like, I don't want you to be bought. I don't want you to, because regardless of how you feel, regardless of what you feel your value is to someone, your value is your body, right? So if that person can just put a numerical value on that and just take it from you, it's like, I don't know, there's something. Also, it's lazy. That's another thing. I really don't like the laziness of it.
You think sex work's lazy?
In first world countries, sex work is lazy. I don't think it's. I think it should be. Now, if you added a first world, if you can't get a job, and that's the only thing you can do. Okay, I'm not going to force you to starve. I'm not like one of these fucking, like Americans, like uber liberal kids that says you shouldn't, hunt animals in Africa and they're fucking starving.
Yeah.
It's like either I hunt it or I pay somebody to hunt it, or someone pays me to hunt it, but hunt the fucking lion. Like if that feeds the whole town, That's more important to me than a stupid lion. Lions are assholes anyway, so I don't even get why we defend them. Lions are the most misogynistic pieces of shit animal that there is. They date 5 girls, right?
Yeah.
And they make them go and get food. The lions don't hunt. A male lion doesn't hunt. He just protects bitches. That's it. That's serious.
He's a pimp.
He's a pimp. He literally the whole foundation of pimping is based on a male lion and his relationships with his girls. The only time he's active is when another male lion is trying to take the girls.
Yeah.
He pimps them. They go get the food. He fucks them for 25 seconds tops, multiple times a day. So they don't even come. When he fucks them, there's like a hook on his dick or some weird shit. So it hurts. It's not even pleasurable. Right. So he rapes 5 women a day, force them to go get food, right? I mean, and this is somebody we're defending. So Cecil deserved it.
You're saying he was asking for it.
Absolutely.
He lost. Well, because when they fight, if the male lion loses, that lion gets his chicks. And so basically the dentist should have those female lions.
Absolutely.
He earned them.
You know what? Maybe I'd be fine. How about this? Cecil's dead, but the dentist got to take care of the female lions.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
Has to fuck them for 25 seconds a day.
And not die.
Which is a talent. No, that's a great point. There you go. I'm okay with that lion dying as long as the females and the kids are taken care of.
Okay.
But maybe they're better off now that they don't have to provide food for some asshole that just sits at home waiting to fuck. Now they just have to provide food for their kids.
Yeah.
The little lions, the cubs. This guy's a hero.
Oh, okay.
The dentist is a hero. He just improved 4 girls. Like he's like the Schindler's List. He's the Schindler of wherever that took place in Africa. He is the lion Schindler. That's what that dentist says. Yeah. God bless him. This is my logic. This is the exact example.
And then it comes around. So like this is the logic for sex work, where you think first world sex workers lazy. By the way,
you can get a job. It's just you can get a job.
But what if you just like fucking?
So then fuck because you like it.
Yeah, but what if you would prefer just do that for work? Because it is work. I know some.
First of all, you don't like it. You don't. Nobody likes. Okay, everybody likes fucking when they're getting fucked well. I don't like a horrible blowjob.
Sure,
and that's what being.
Are there really
yes,
bad blowjobs?
Horrendous.
There's few.
Okay. I'm 31.
Okay,
how old are you?
26.
Yeah, okay. When you're 31, you get a little picky with your blowjobs. Okay, your dick works every time when you're 26. At 31, you need some certain things. And trust me, I've went through it. Okay, now
is it that young?
What
is it that young that shit starts like needing improvement?
I mean, I don't know. Maybe
because I maybe am going through that. Possibly now. I don't know yet.
Where, you know what you could, and then some people are even more specific early on. What gets you all? Like what turns you on?
Like you need her in the maid outfit or something. Like
no. Like I need her like emotionally invested in this blowjob.
Okay.
You know, like I don't want to. I need it to be genuine. Like I need to feel like you really want to.
Like she wants
to
suck your dick, not just a dick.
Exactly.
That's where I'm at right now.
Yes.
Like I'm having trouble like fucking at sex parties because like I'm just like I need to know you like me though.
Yeah, you're performing.
I know we're an orgy, but like I need you emotionally invested right now.
I actually probably wouldn't get off on that. Yeah. Not because I'd be insecure about people watching. I'd be insecure about her just fucking me for people watching. Like you're using me. I'm just a dildo to you. You want people to watch you fuck.
You want to be a person.
Who? I want to be a person.
Yeah, you want to be a person now.
She wants to perform. She's on stage. I'm the stage. Uh-huh. You know what I'm saying? It's you're so for me, I'm not getting the ego boost of man, I'm really fucking this girl. She really wants me. I'm getting none of this.
Yeah.
So it's like I can get pussy. I don't need you to use me. I need this to be intimate. I want kissing and shit. Yeah. I don't want to go in for a kiss and she does like some move. And I'm like, no,
I don't do that.
Oh, fuck out of here. That'd give me anxiety just thinking about going to a sex party. It's amazing how, I'm hot. Man. My chest is hot right now. Just think about it.
At this point, I go more just for the social aspect more than the sex. I do way more socializing than fucking or fooling around.
What do you mean by that?
Like I go, like it's the party I go to. It's like actually a party.
Okay.
Where people are also fucking around.
Where's this shit? Can you talk about it?
Yeah, sure. Brooklyn. I've talked about it before.
Anybody can go?
If you get like invited, yeah.
How broke are the girls there? Keep it 100.
No, people.
Gross,
no,
Be honest.
no, man. These are. I mean, the parties like can be as much as like $60. And like
broke people got money.
No, I mean like everybody. Dude, these are people who like all they do. This is how good they can do it.
Broke financially.
Oh,
I meant physically broke.
Oh, physically broke.
Keep it real with me.
I'm keeping it real. There's a lot of really what you would consider really hot women there. There's also people you probably wouldn't.
Do they have a room for those people?
No, because what's
like
really
a little red rope.
Here's what I like about I like this place because it's like super inclusive. They've got everyone on like every spectrum, every gender modifier, every body type. Like you'll see like a suit, like super hot models next to I once saw a woman who was like 350 getting it from two dudes with abs, like just like a good range. And I like a range because I am like not at an extreme end of either.
Okay, so does anybody get to fuck anybody? Like, what if you don't want to fuck the abs dude?
It's all consent heavy, you know. I mean,
so you have to ask permission.
You have to ask permission for everything. Yeah.
So how? Like you walk up?
My friend Jennifer, like we were fooling around, and at one point she said, do you consent to a blowjob? And I'm like, yeah, and she blew me.
That shit is so weird. No,
I mean it's just a way to
Okay,
prevent.
so you say, do you consent to like you just walk? All right, do you have to hit on the girls?
I mean, yeah, like you can't just go and be like, yo, fuck me. She'll be like, no.
What's the point of this then?
It's social and it's fun.
Hold on. So you still have to game the girls at the sex party?
Well, it's less of you don't have to like
what the hell?
You don't have to like trick anybody. We're all there for like the same reason.
So how much bullshit talk how much blabber before you can fuck?
Because
no guy's going there besides you for the convo for the first time. Right. After a while, I'm sure. But like the first time guys are there, they're like, I'm going to stick my dick in 8 girls. I'm going to pad my stats.
Oh yeah. If he power to him, if he can get hard and fuck 8 different women that night,
one time and I'm at it. Actually, if they're different girls, I could probably go more than.
I mean, the party's pretty long. It's like an 11. I mean, it's open. It's opens at 10 and you have to leave by 11 a.m. unless you have permission to stay over. So it's like, there's time. But I mean, yeah, no, I'm not going.
How embarrassing is it to be the first person at the sex party?
Nah, I thought that. And I asked my friends the first time I went, I was like, when should I? They were like, you should go early because it's going to get
fucked.
Well, you also want to like get real estate because otherwise you'll get there and all the space is taken.
Okay. Are people using condoms or no?
Unless like you're with a partner you're fluid bonded with.
So you fluid bonded. Wow.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay. So
sex positives like in the word. I know it says man whore, but like,
is it weird to? Hold on. Is it weird to? This is wild. Okay. So is it weird to? You're just fucking. I'm not good at getting interviewed. By the way, every time I immediately just start asking questions.
I don't give a fuck.
So, is it weird? Okay, in any way, when somebody asks the girl you go with to fuck her?
I've gone with a date probably 3 or 4 times.
You can't go alone, can you?
Sure. At this party, I can go alone because it's like, that's what I was trying to say. Is like, there's every end of the sexuality spectrum, all the gender modifiers. Like there's people.
Oh, you see gay dudes banging out?
Yeah.
Chicks?
Yeah.
Transgenders?
Yeah. We got trans people. There are people who are gender queer or like whatever like that. So it's kind of real. It's like a queer friendly party. So that's why everyone pays the same amount. It's not like I got to pay more than a hot chick. We pay the same.
Yeah.
And that's what I like about it.
I want to go to the party where we have to pay more than the hot chick.
You can go to that. They're not far from here.
They're really close.
There's sex clubs, man. I mean, this is more of like a party than a club.
Okay, let's just break this down. How much bullshit talk before you want to suck my dick?
If you're as soon as you feel like you guys are vibing, you could like suggest it or ask it. Sure, yeah.
So you still got to kind of pick girls up though.
I don't know. I've had girls come up to me and try to pick me up.
Really?
Yeah, sure. There's a girl talking to me. We're chatting, and then at one point she like this place is so consent heavy. Like if I wanted to put my hand on your thigh, I'd have to be like, "Do you mind first?" So she's like, "Can I? Like, would you like to kiss me?" I'd be like, "Yeah."
I think it's good as consent heavy because
it's really easy to like mess that up. It's the easiest policy. It may seem annoying, but it's just, and there's sexy ways to do it. You can do like asking like a cute like innuendo way.
Okay,
a wink,
so she
wink.
asks you. She puts her hand on your thigh and then goes what?
And then I'm like, you consent to a kiss. I mean, it just depends. I mean, like if you're both moving towards each other, then that's
feels
fine.
Very eyes wide shut with this. Do you consent shit all the time? Do you have to ask to pull their hair? What about smell their feet? Like how far does it go?
When you're with a new partner, like it's helpful.
Here's the question.
Yeah.
Is there like a list? Like for example, like this is how I would design it.
You'd be like, everyone carry around a piece of paper with all your yeses and nos?
No. One consent list. So for example, if you consent to giving me head, I don't need to ask to touch your thigh because that's covered in.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's not so hyper or whatever. But the point is,
you feel me? Like,
if
we're fucking, I can grab your butt. I don't have to, like, while I'm fucking,
Yeah.
I'm like, do you consent to me grabbing your butt?
No, you don't have to do it for like each fucking movement. But it's just the idea of when, especially with someone new, to not there's no unwanted touching. That's what they're trying to prevent here.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm with you.
But you're more like you
Just
could.
yawned,
So
sorry.
you think you could fuck in front of other people, but like so long as she's like, if you went with a date, you think you could handle that.
Yeah, I don't mind fucking really in front of other people. That's not really that bad for me.
Have you done that before?
Yeah, I'm sure. Like in front of people, like they were seated and like watching, like with like
They paid
Bunch
an
of Crunch
admission.
and Twizzlers and like yeah. In college, every time I fucked, it was in front of other people. I think.
Really?
Yeah. Like I had 3 roommates in my room. Everybody's just watching more or less.
You guys didn't kick each other out?
No, or we did, and we would just go around outside, and there's a window, and we just like watch in through the window.
It's fucking weird, man.
One fucking we watching. That's how
Are you guys like watching, jerking off? Or are you like giving?
Nah, it's just funny. It's
or
like,
just
oh, it's
critiquing
like,
him.
yeah, it's like we can watch ESPN or we can watch, Dave bang a chick.
How was Dave? It was like, oh, Dave's pretty good. He's got good technique.
Oh no, we're all horrible. We're in college. It's just horrendous, but it was what it is. Yeah, I don't mind. I'm not against it. It's just that's my thing about the prostitution or the sex industry is just in a first world country. It's like we've created a lot of things so that you don't have to do that, right?
Yeah, but like if it's a choice, and then you're like, I would love to do sex work.
Yeah,
with
but just
women.
because you want to do something doesn't mean it should be legal. Like Jared wants to fuck kids,
Yeah, but that's dealing with kids.
but what if kids want to do it?
It's gotta wait.
That's what I'm saying.
Tell Jared to wait.
So in this
for 12
situation,
years.
but he doesn't want to wait. Like he wants them then. So in this situation, this girl wants to fuck for money, and I'm saying no, you don't get to do that. You live in America. There's
But
other
that's her
shit here.
body.
So what? It's the kid's body. It's Jared's body.
Yeah, but we've also agreed that like kids don't really get to have a say until they're 18. If we want to change that, that's fine as well. But with an adult woman,
But we agreed that on some weird shit. Like we just made that up.
Right.
We just said 18 is just this magical year where it's okay. Now, if you go to France, Jared's a regular dude. Dead serious. You can bang 15-year-olds in France. In France, Jared is a pedophile and going to jail here. He's a guy.
you just got back from Sweden. Is it like that too?
Probably.
Did you bang a 15-year-old in Sweden?
I didn't bang any 15-year-olds in Sweden. You know what I mean?
That you're gonna
I didn't
admit
do
to?
that I would admit to doing on this podcast. There were no subway situations.
You're like, come on, man. I got a couple TV shows. I don't want to lose them right now.
I can't be doing that shit. I just came back from the Ukraine. It's probably even worse. I was in the Ukraine this last couple of days, and I don't know, prostitution I think is legal out there. But it's like if beer is cheaper than water, which it is in the Ukraine,
Okay.
and everything is really inexpensive, and it's like, all right, fine, like make it legal. But Germany, sex is legal.
I think it's certain areas, but yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
I think the whole country, I'm pretty sure. I mean, I went and walked around brothels in Frankfurt and shit. It was crazy. It's just girls in beds, single beds. You just walk in, look in.
Well, some places they do like they have it highly regulated. Like you have to do it in the brothel. You have to do it in the thing. Yeah.
Here's the thing. It's Germany because here's the problem. First of all, none of the girls are German. So let's keep it real.
Okay.
All those girls come from another country and they come to Germany and then they become sex workers.
Yeah.
Right. So it's just like, no. You know what I mean? It's just like you're taking advantage.
What's the problem with a woman just saying like, "This is my body. This is what I want to do with it. This is how
You
I
don't
want to
get
make
to do
cash."
everything you want to do with your body.
What else shouldn't you get to do with your body?
You don't get to kill people with your body.
Yeah, but that's imposing on another person.
Fine. Here's the same solution. Ready?
Okay.
It's my body. I want to do everything. I want to do what I want to do with it. Right?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you believe in abortion?
Like a woman's right to choose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So what if a woman chooses to stop people from having abortions?
Because she's now imposing on other people's bodies.
Well, so is sex industry. She's imposing on other people's bodies.
No, she's not, because she's welcoming in. She's not imposing. She's not saying like, she's not like holding a dude down and be like, give me money and fuck me. Like
That'd be rape.
Yeah,
But she's
that'd be rape and-
marketing her pussy just like this woman is marketing anti-abortion.
no, that's not even close to the
This is
same
marketing.
thing.
She's marketing
That's marketing.
anti-abortion. She's just going. A woman says, "I don't want. This is my body. What I choose to do with my body is try to stop people from having abortions."
You
And
can
when this
try,
girl
so long
goes-
as you're not physically getting in the way of that or legally
Okay.
getting in the way. If you want to hold a sign and be an asshole,
Yeah.
you have a right to do
So
that
if you want
in
to
this
sell your
country.
pussy and be an asshole, you have a right to do that too. That's
Yeah,
my
but
logic.
in this country, they don't have a right to do that yet.
They do.
To prostitution,
places.
sex work?
Yeah.
No, it's like
Reno.
a select counties in Nevada is the only place sex
Hop on a
work.
fucking flight. Stop it. Stop it. Just get on a flight.
nonsense.
Just get
man.
on the flight.
Why can't you know what they did in Rhode Island?
What?
They accidentally legalized sex work for like 4 or 5 years.
Okay.
It was like just they tried to outlaw it, and the way they wrote it, it accidentally legalized indoor prostitution.
Okay.
Don't ask me how, but like what they did, they studied after they're like, oh, we fucked up. Let's change that law.
Yeah.
Afterwards, they did a study. STI rates during that time period and sexual assaults in Rhode Island fell while prostitution was legal.
Cool. That's good. Look, there are positives that go along with it. Like, obviously, prostitutes, we look at prostitutes and we think of the girls that are on the side of the street sucking dick, which is not, if you look at regulated prostitution, it's like they're very safe. They're putting on condoms even for blowjobs. They're, showering, all this kind of stuff. Okay, I'm down with it. I mean, me personally, I think way more STDs are spread through like college sex than prostitution. So I don't even know why we have the whole STD convo with sex work, because I don't think it's exactly.
They're kind of already doing it.
What are
the sex workers? They're already like on top of their STI game.
If anybody needs to be in good, it's like a football player with his body. Like he's icing it down. You know what I mean? Like that's what she is. She can't tear her ACL. Getting herpes is tearing her ACL. She'll never be the same again. You know what I mean? So it's like she got to do everything she can to not have that. And so they're probably more safe. Getting an STD from a prostitute is the last worry that you should have. Getting arrested is what you should be worried about.
Sure.
But an STD.
But if we just made it, decriminalized, then that wouldn't be a concern. I think you just
arrested.
Yeah, if it was decriminalized, you wouldn't get arrested.
Here's my feeling. I just don't think in a first world I just find it lazy. There's a lot of shit I find lazy.
All right.
And
but should it be illegal just because it's lazy?
Let me think about that. Should it be illegal just because it's lazy? No. How about this? I'm okay with it necessarily being legal, but you're still allowed to shame somebody for being lazy. Because if I'm allowed to shame somebody
if you think fucking ugly dudes is lazy and easy, man, you should then try it and tell me how lazy it is.
Well, if you don't like that, because now you're operating on two assumptions, right? You're saying if this is
all right, fine.
Let me just get the point out. Let me get the point out. Let me get the point out. Let me get the point out.
Fuck ugly women for money and tell me it's easy.
Let me get the point out. You said they're doing this because they want to do it. So now we're operating under the assumption that this is what they want to do. It's my body. I want to do.
I'm separating sex work from sex trafficking. Yeah.
So here it is. So they want to do this. So you can't give me the ugly dude excuse because they're enjoying this. This is what they want to do with their body.
That's the job they want to do.
That's what they want to. It's my body. I want to do this. I get up for work every single day and I fucking want to do it. Now, if they want to fuck these dudes, you can't say it's a bad thing. I'm saying it's just lazy. It's the same thing as sitting on the couch. Now, if you're telling me that they don't enjoy fucking these dudes and it's actually something that sucks and it's painful for them, right? To have to fuck these nasty dudes every day, I'm going to say, well, I'm going to protect you from that.
But it's not protection. Dudes. That's still a choice. It's still a choice saying I'm going to fuck some dudes I don't want to fuck for good money.
Well, why would you do that?
Why do people work?
Because you're fucking lazy.
Why do people work at Starbucks? Starbucks isn't lazy.
No, Starbucks not lazy because they don't make money. Just admit.
So now it's just because they don't get paid shit.
Absolutely. I would rather fuck 5 dudes a week for 15 minutes
then can we
than get a regular job like the rest of us.
So you're saying we got to shame them because it's lazy. But then what about stockbrokers? I find that to be, it looks easy to me.
No, it's not lazy. They work really hard. They work
and that's what I'm trying to tell you. Sex
but
workers,
we can shame them for different things. I'll shame them for being assholes. I'm trying to tell you,
sex workers, you say yeah, man, I know that's a really hard gig, the stock exchange thing. I'm saying
it's just hours. Just hours in terms of hardness.
But sex work is hard too.
It's way harder to work 80-hour week than it is to fuck 5 ugly people, because guess who's fucked ugly people that they don't like? Me, okay? And you know what? It wasn't traumatizing. It really wasn't that bad, and I didn't get any money for it.
But it was work.
It's like doing a shitty show. This is what it's like. It's like doing a horrible gig or a horrible open mic gig. And after you're like, ugh, I deserved the money I made. I deserved every penny that I got paid from that horrendous crowd. And that's, I'm sure, what they feel like. Now, in reality, me personally, how I personally feel, I just feel like it's fucking lazy. Get a job like everybody else and do that shit.
Yeah, and that's your personal feeling. But then should your personal feeling be what the law of the land is? And that's what I think it comes down to. Yes,
my personal feeling should always be the law president. Of the land.
Because then you're just Kim Davis at that point, you know?
I mean, not exactly, because I'm not saying that that these people were born prostitutes. I believe you're born gay and you have an emotional connection to another man or another woman, whatever it is.
I'm not comparing your opinion to Kim Davis's opinion. I'm equating that her thinking her opinion should be law and you thinking your opinion should be law.
Yeah, but the difference is that my law is equal for everybody and hers isn't. Her law discriminates, mine doesn't. Mine discriminates equally amongst all people. I'm okay with discriminating equally amongst everybody. I'm totally okay with that. That's the idea of law, right? The idea of law is no one can fuck someone under 18. Everybody got to suffer through that, whatever. If you suffer, nobody can vote unless they're 18 for everybody. I'm totally okay with that. But once you start saying women can't do this, I'm wrong with it. I'm not with it. Okay. Gays can't do this, whatever. I can't fuck with that. But if it's across
that's what sex work ends up being. It says women can't do this.
So what do we do when a male sex worker isn't making the same as their female sex worker counterpart? What if they're making 30% less? Do we get in a tiff about it? Do we start bitching and say we need equal pay for male sex workers? They're making 10% of what the female sex workers make.
Hey man, I know a male escort. I had him on the show, and he makes the same type of money. He charges the same as the female sex workers. You
know what my issue with that is? Viagra is your skill level. Like back in the day when there's no Viagra, if you could get your dick up to fuck a 65-year-old woman, that is not laziness.
Sure.
That is fucking...
That's work. That's mental gymnastics.
It doesn't take work to get your pussy wet. It just takes...
No, it takes more than that. Look, you know what? I would say it takes lube to get her pussy wet.
Or you could use lube, whatever, exactly.
Right.
So
I wouldn't say you can just will yourself wet.
Maintaining I was using spit. But maintaining an erection with a 65-year-old woman, oh my God, that is fucking insane. But now with Viagra, anybody could do that.
Sure.
So I'm sure he uses Viagra.
Sometimes he doesn't even fuck. He did a weekend gig. They just want good, intelligent conversation.
That's cool.
And he didn't have to. He went to Houston once for a whole weekend. Probably got $3,000 and didn't have to fuck anybody once. It was crazy.
That's good. So you're just like a babysitter.
Essentially, yeah.
I'm okay with
an old person babysitter.
Old person babysitter's fine. We have babysitters take care of our kids. We have teachers do that. Why is it so weird that we would pay someone else for company? I'm not. Look, as a comic, you spend a lot of time by yourself, and I prefer socializing. I think we're social creatures. We need to be around. Just today, I'm thinking I should start something where people can just go for conversation. It's basically like a fuck party, only you just talk. Do you know what I mean?
You mean a party?
Yeah, a party. Yes.
So you should throw parties in this sick place.
Exactly, but during the day and no music, and we just hang out and you can walk up to people. Hey, how you doing? Have awkward conversations. But it's just for people who go, I need to interact. I just need the first convo I have should not be at 3 p.m. at Starbucks. Where some guy asks me my name and I can barely answer that question because I've just been talking to myself in my own head. You know what I mean? That's what it's like being a comic. So yeah, I understand the idea of company and I understand the idea of it's your body and you want to do what you want with it. But I feel like you should take advantage of the first world. And I don't know. But then again, if you go to other countries, right, you go to these places where prostitution is. Okay, so what about how do we have this? How do we get? How do you have? Because I try to be treated differently.
I try to boil it down to the most simple part of you should get to do with your body what you want if it's not imposing on anyone else. It all comes back down to that core idea of
do with your body what you want as long as it's not imposing on anybody else.
Yeah. Essentially, it's I don't see how sex work is hurting anyone if they're only taking clients who are of what we're arbitrarily deeming an illegal age, if they're not hurting nobody unless that person wants to get hurt a little bit. I mean,
yeah, no, I'm not. Yeah. I'm not against it. I don't think that what you're saying is wrong per se. Though
I know I sound kind of social justice-y at the moment.
No, I think you're making a great point. I'm just trying to see if there's any holes in it. I mean, you could make the same argument for drug use, but then again, then at the same time. Okay, so here's the issue that comes up. And they haven't figured this out in Germany or Europe yet. They haven't figured it out. They haven't even figured it out in strip clubs here, realistically speaking. When you make it legal, the reality is the majority of women don't want to be prostitutes, be it because of shame or be it because they just want to go have a career that's quote unquote normal, or maybe their dream is to be a fucking CEO of a pharmaceutical company, whatever it is, right?
Or God forbid, a female stand-up comedian.
Or female stand-up comedian, which I'd tell you go into prostitution before I would tell you to be a stand-up comedian, male or female, but regardless. So I think the issue that happens is the people that are drawn to it are often sex trafficked. In Germany, that's the case. in
the numbers
United
are really
States.
Wishy-washy on that.
Regardless,
But there are some who are trafficked, correct.
you know what I mean? In America, don't get me wrong, we have girls that aren't. But then if you go to these strip clubs, even the fine-ass strip clubs, you have a lot of girls that were foreign, a lot of girls. So a lot of this, like the people that lend itself to the sex industry come from like broken homes and this kind of shit like that, especially when you come to the sex trafficking situation. So
You know Caitlin Bailey?
Yeah.
She didn't come from a broken home.
I'm suspicious about how much sex trafficking Caitlyn has gone through.
She was a sex worker. She was an escort for like a year.
I know we've had multiple
so
conversations. She was a sex worker
worker
at 17 years old. She could have gotten a lot of people in trouble with her actions.
Yeah.
You know, she could put a lot of people in jail. For doing that. No, so again, she's imposing on someone.
Right. And I would say
against that.
Right.
But and then Caitlin's very open about it, and she comes from a stable financial background where she doesn't need to do it, but it was something she was experimenting with.
She wanted to do.
And there's going to be a lot of people like that.
Yeah.
But if there is something that does lend itself, let's say we legalize it, right? And then all of a sudden, these like Eastern Bloc countries are starting to flood the market with their girls, like they're doing Germany, right? Where clearly these girls are being put into these brothels. They have to fuck, and they're giving most of their money to these pimps, regardless of whatever it is. And there's really
prosecute the pimps.
Yeah, but how do you prosecute them? You get these girls to turn over, like I guess you do. So, but in a way, even though you're prosecuting the pimps, even though you're doing that, you're still imposing your will on these countries. By fucking a girl from Eastern Europe who's a sex trafficker, you're imposing your will on these girls who are essentially
and
suffering.
that's why I get my full body sensual massages only from Americans.
As you should.
Yeah.
I mean, I would.
I just try to keep it in country. I want to support the economy.
I wouldn't, man. They're not desperate enough. You need to go for desperation, bro. They appreciate it more.
I need someone who I can only use people who like can kind of have a conversation. Like you go to like an Asian. You ever been to an Asian massage parlor?
No, never
it's
got
like
a massage.
it's very difficult. The height of my communications degree came last week when I'm going in. I'm just like, can I choose the girl? Woman speaks zero English. I took out like there's a bowl of candy. I like put out 3 candies and I went like, can I? And I'm pointing to each one to signify like I want to pick. She knew nothing what I was talking about.
So who'd you end up with?
Some old woman who probably has a.
Did she do it?
Yeah, I mean like at some point towards the end.
So you let an old chick jerk you off?
Yeah, that's happened sometimes.
Really? You're into that?
I like getting a good massage. Now, Asian massage parlors are cheap. That's the plus side. The plus side is they do a legit massage. They do it like there could be no happy ending and it's worth the money.
Yeah.
The downside of an Asian massage parlor probably is the happy ending though. Like they're really good at it, but you know that's rarely ever someone I find attractive.
Yeah. I don't even know if I consider that cheating.
Really?
Yeah. I don't really. Because here's the thing, it's only cheating because you're touching the dick. But if I came,
it's a
from
penile
you
massage,
touching my leg. Because what makes it cheating? Does orgasm make it cheating? Does getting an erection from a girl make it cheating? Like what signifies cheating? Right. Because I can get an erection from just looking at a girl. That doesn't mean I'm cheating.
Correct.
I can get an erection from dancing with a girl. Is that cheating? I can get so is it coming? Well, I might be able to come just from you whispering in my ear. I might be. What if I'm a freak and I come from like weird things? Does that make me a cheater? Right. So realistically speaking, if you're okay with me,
you're saying
getting
if you keep
my body rubbed down by another woman, if that's not cheating for you as my girlfriend, you should be okay if she rubs that other part of my body and I end up orgasming.
If you're not turned on enough, if it almost sounded like you're like, if I'm not too turned on by it, it's fine.
Yeah.
Have you been cheated on or have you cheated?
I have cheated and I have been cheated on.
So what did you consider cheating when you were cheated on?
When I was cheated on,
I suppose you're offering what is cheating? And I said then for me, cheating is whatever two people agree cheating is or isn't, right? Because for example, I have friends in open relationships and they have their own terms and like some things are cheating, some things aren't. Like anal's just for us, honey, you know?
Yeah.
So for you, cheating is whatever those people want it to be. So I guess for you, what was cheating?
For me, I mean, cheating is such a tough question, man. I think it's like a really tough. I mean, like cheating. I think if I just have the most basic definition, is just like, did you make out with somebody?
Yeah,
it'll make out or anything more is cheating. I think that's just the basic. I think that's the one where guys go, well, I didn't cheat. It's like, yeah, you're fucking sending naked pictures, you're doing all this other shit, you're like emotionally cheating, but you're like, oh, I didn't cheat. So then that's enough where you don't feel guilty about it. But in terms of This is interesting. In terms of like girls, what is cheating for them? Depends what you want out of a relationship.
Well,
like
I don't think we can say what cheating is for everybody because again, like couples. I mean, you probably know somebody who would consider watching porn cheating, which is ridiculous, right? But there are people who think that, and then there are people who think, well, if you make out with someone at a bar, it's not a big deal. It just, everyone gets to set their. I think everyone gets to set their own rules.
Yeah, I think it's cheating, but I think there is like their general rules. I think it's like cheating is like the Constitution. Then there's like states' rights within it. So there's like a borderline Constitution of what thou shalt not kiss, thou shalt not whatever, thou shalt not, thou shalt not. Right. And then the states get to come in and say, well, in our state, thou can.
You can grab some ass if you're dancing on the floor.
Exactly. But it's such a, because I've been thinking about this a lot about cheating, and I don't know. I think maybe I want to try a not open relationship, not open, but a multiple girl relationship.
So like polyamory. The difference between that being like it's not about fucking other people, but dating, emotionally being invested in multiple people. Yeah.
Like I would date two girls, but I would want them to be like, I would like to date two best friends. I want them to be best friends first. Maybe I start dating one girl, and then it just so happens that me and the other girl were like cool and emotionally, we're into each other, and then we start fucking, and we don't all need to fuck together. Like if we want to do that, that's fine. If we don't want to do that, that's fine. But I enjoy groups. I enjoy that dynamic. I feel more comfortable in groups, and I think there might be something to that. And there, you would argue that if I'm fucking this person, that it would be cheating. But essentially, you
guys made those rules.
We made the rules, so I guess everybody has their rules for cheating. But I think there is something to. Now, I wouldn't want them to fuck anybody else.
I've heard you say that before. I was listening to you on Crash the Mouth, and I was like,
I absolutely wouldn't want that. I wouldn't want that. But I wouldn't want that.
But
I'm not going to be okay with that at all.
But it sounded to me like at least you were aware of like. You're like, I know it's hypocritical, but that's just how I feel.
But you know
what? You were aware of it.
Sometimes we feel that way. It's like, there's certain animals, like dogs don't like chocolate. You know what I mean? Like,
how does that have anything to do with that?
I don't like chocolate. You do. You know what I mean? It's just what it is. It's like we're built. Like I think we're trying to convince ourselves that like men and women we're exactly the same. We're just like social experiments. And if we were raised in this, perfect utopia where we were told we're the exact same, then we'd be the exact same. But we're not. There's certain things that we're okay with. And deep down in my heart, I really feel that the physical act No, I really feel that a man craves being with more than one woman more than a woman craves being with more than one man, at least physically. I just sincerely in my heart feel that way, and not because of any sort of I just think that we've evolved that way. I think it's just been
because actually some people would argue, some of the research would argue that we evolved from women wanting to bang a bunch of dudes trying to get pregnant more. There's like improving their chances of pregnancy.
Yeah, but the problem with that equation is they couldn't take care of themselves without us. So they needed a man to take care of them.
Well, it depended on which civilizations. The one that did like more monogamous pairings, that was the situation. And ones like in South America where there was more of like a communal vibe to it, where like they were raising each other's kids and everyone was kind of sharing, then it worked there.
Sure. I mean, if you look at like bonobo chimpanzees or whatever.
Well, I'm just saying let's stick strictly to humans.
Well, if you do look at bonobo chimpanzees, they're raised by everybody fucks each other, cousins fuck each other, so everybody's cool and everybody takes care of each other's kids and this, that, and the other, right? But if you look at most civilizations throughout history, there's been a man who's had sex with a woman, they've raised kids, and then that man also fucked a bunch of other women.
In recorded history,
Sure.
As soon as we got like agricultural, that's where like the research says it kind of shifts off. As soon as we started like owning shit, doing farms, needing people to help us with the farm, that's when it started becoming that's my chick, and she's got my kids.
You got to watch the kids. That's your job, is watch the kids. Somebody got to watch them. Somebody got to get the food.
Right.
That's just how society worked. We didn't have babysitters.
Yeah, thousands of years ago when when there was a bigger difference.
So if you need food, you need me to go get that shit, or else you starve and the baby starves. Right. But now I got to go get the food.
Yeah, but now women can go get food too.
Exactly.
Like Ronda Rousey, she could go hunt.
Exactly.
She could go hunt.
I think Ronda Rousey's ability to fight is a little bit. I think we're getting a little exaggerated here. Like, I think people really think she could beat a man in a fight. Like, I literally like
she could beat you in a fight.
No
fucking.
You think you could? Hey. Not a fucking chance. Not a fucking chance.
The hubris.
In one of those goofy wrestling matches, maybe. An actual physical fight,
you could take
get
Rousey?
in a heartbeat. It wouldn't go around. It wouldn't go around. Let me tell you
Big
that.
words.
One round, it wouldn't go. How tall is she?
I don't know.
5'5".
No, she's a little taller than that.
5'6".
Okay, and?
KO. Knocked out. Not to mention, if she ever took on a male MMA fighter,
if she ducks one of your big, lanky
and
arms
then what
once,
happens? Then
boom.
she hits me with her girl punch. Come on. Let's be serious. Let's just be serious here. Like, people go, oh my God, I can't believe he said that. I said what? That I said that men are stronger than women? Watch the Olympics.
I'm just saying
every
that-
fucking Olympics we see that. Let's stop. Let's just be honest about what we see.
I'll be honest about that if we're saying all genders. I'm just saying Ronda, this specific woman, I think could take
So
you.
the best female fighter, I'll beat.
Okay.
Done. Easy. I'll also beat the best WNBA player. Like, it's just not a question. It's not like, but it's not a question. It's like obvious to me.
Anyone got Lisa Loeb on their phone, like on speed dial?
Dude, Lisa Loeb was a singer, wasn't she?
Nah, she was a big,
Lisa
ugly...
Leslie is the one you're
Leslie.
thinking. Lisa Loeb was
Son
a
of a
singer.
bitch. Fuck me.
Okay, so, but what were we talking about with it was before Rousey. We were talking
Well, I was
about...
saying Ronda, she could go hunting. She could maybe join on the hunt.
Yes. Okay. So she can go join the. So my question to you is, how many millions of years have to pass by after you can hunt your own shit? What's just happened in the 50s? After you can get your own food, maybe actually the 80s. Let's just.
Oh yeah,
call
I was
it
going to say
80s.
like you're giving a lot
I'm
of
being
credit
very
to,
generous.
to society.
I saw a couple. I saw the season 6 of Mad Men, and then I thought, oh, maybe they can get their own food.
People who look like us have kind of been fucking up longer than that.
Okay,
Yeah.
fair enough. So after the 80s, how many millions of years need to pass where your body stops telling you that? Right? Where your body says, oh, I just want to fuck a million different people because I can get my own food, so it doesn't matter who the dad is to my kid.
I still think it's different per person.
My point is, it doesn't...
Are you saying like inherently, like as born,
you either
like without...
believe in evolution or you don't. Like that's what I think. So I think our bodies have evolved. For example, it was okay for me to fuck a bunch of girls in the neighborhood or whatever it is because, hey, we needed kids. And guess what? I hunt. I could take care of the kids. I can get them all, right? They can only have one per time and for one per 9 months. That's what it is. So maybe I'm fucking this one. I'm fucking this one. I'm getting out. Fuck, Genghis Khan impregnated
fucking
every girl
everybody.
in Mongolia. Like literally in Europe, they say something like everybody in Europe, some crazy statistic has like 1% of Genghis Khan DNA. So it's something out there that you can do. Now, I think we look at this thing like there's something weak about women, like the fact that they get in a relationship and they want to just be with that person. They don't maybe have the same desire to fuck other people like that.
Right.
Like we look at it like weakness, right? Because we assume masculinity is strength and femininity is weakness. But why don't we look at that as strength? I would much rather like to be in a relationship where I just saw this one person and I was just devoted to that person. I didn't do anything stupid that could fuck up this relationship, fuck up my kids, like having a divorce, putting that through the kids. Just because I fuck some girl on the road. Like, I would love that ability. So I think what we need to stop doing is look at the things that are different from women to men and stop looking at those things as weakness and start looking at them as power.
Just differences.
Yeah, why can't your difference be your advantage? Like women can take more abuse than like physical abuse than men. Not like talking about hands. I'm talking about like pain. Their pain threshold is just greater.
From what?
From men.
No, but like, where are we getting that from?
I don't know. It's just historically speaking.
There's a thing you
yeah,
feel?
it's like no. It's like no, it's documented.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, what? I've never heard
every
this.
one of those like MTV like competition shows, like where they're like, we're gonna put the guys against the girls, real world rules, guys against the girls. It's like, okay, they're not lifting dumbbells. Obviously, the guys will win that every single time. It's like, how long can you stand on ice? And the women win every single fucking time. The guys stand on for 10 minutes. They're like, fuck this, I can't handle this shit. And then the girls can do it for whatever long they want.
I don't know. I wouldn't make such declarations based off of real world competition.
Listen, I'm using it as proof. But if you just look it up in Google, who has a higher pain threshold, it's like women easy every time.
That I will, because I've never heard that before.
Absolutely.
I've heard women can go like fucking mega strength when like maybe the kid's in danger. That I've heard about.
That's
but
absolutely bullshit. But in terms of pain, they could do. I mean, you can squeeze a baby out for 48 hours. Like, just fucking shoot me if that has to happen to me. No. So I think there's different things. I think that we get so caught up in like trying to make us equal instead of embracing the things that we have that are different. Like, embrace the fact that you're devoted to somebody and that's awesome. And that this person has a weakness, which is my devotion can kind of waver at certain points of time. That's a weakness when it comes to raising a kid in that family unit that we've looked at now. Regardless, I'm not saying that your parents have to be together in order to give you the best chance of, being raised. There's tons of people who grew up in divorce and it didn't work out. That being said, if your parents have a good relationship, it's probably better they're both there. You have more financial opportunities. There's one apartment they got to pay for instead of two. In terms of resources, it's better. More people to watch you. So we can make arguments for it. But yeah, let's look at all the things that were different and then try to empower by some of them, man. I don't think it has to be this thing like Ronda Rousey. You're not going to be able to beat me up. Do you know what I mean? Lisa Leslie's not going to be able to beat me in basketball ever. I
would love for her to hear
in
that.
life. Ever. Never would happen. Never.
See, that's the fight I want to see. I want to see you get knocked out by Ronda. Like you see Brandon Scott. He's calling out.
The only chance she has is to submit me through the choking. Because I don't know how to fight with. I don't know how to
You don't know the MMA.
I don't know MMA. I boxed. Also I'm an unfair advantage. I used to box, so it's like you're going in the ring with somebody who knows what he's doing a little bit, right? So, and I'm 6'2", 180 pounds. You're 5'6", 140, 135.
No, she got to be. She's more than that.
Look what she weighs. I think she fights at 135 pounds or something like that. What is this? So it's like it's. I can't talk. You talk okay. While I look it up.
Well, here's something I like. When you were talking about the differences, and we don't have to see them as weaknesses. Yeah. See, here's I don't make the proper arguments to make some of the statements you make. Like I make a joke saying Serena Williams is ugly. I get yelled at. But you had a
135 pounds.
135 pounds?
Yeah, 135 pounds she weighs. Yeah, wow. Which she fights, which means she probably walks around at 150.
Okay,
still. I weigh at least 40 more pounds than her, and I'm probably 8 inches taller.
I also was not aware of those stats, but I still think...
You're not aware that men are taller and way more than women?
No, I didn't know
usually?
that Ronda Rousey...
She's 6'6", just walking around?
Yo, those advertisements make her seem a lot taller.
Yeah, because she's fighting other women who are her height. This is the shit that's crazy. It's come on, let's be honest here. Now, what were you saying?
Well, I was just saying,
about Serena being ugly.
Yeah, I don't do it because I don't do it the right way. You... had this again. What I said, this weirdly logical idea of how to call, being so what if she's ugly?
Why is
she's
that
an amazing
what's important to you? I don't find Serena attractive. Me personally,
neither.
Okay,
yeah, high five,
boom. Why do you need her to be attractive? Women, they value looks so much that the people that they think are cool. They go, oh, they're beautiful. Right. Sex and the City. None of those girls attracted. Kim Cattrall, yes, the old one.
Yeah.
But the rest of them, and maybe the other one, Charlotte, a little bit, but she was kind of dumb, so it took away from it, the character.
No, right? I agree.
So Sarah Jessica Parker, not a physically gifted looking woman. She's just not. Okay?
So horse face.
We know the difference of beauty and not beauty.
Yeah.
It's just like IQ. It's not like everything's subjective. No, it's not. Denzel Washington's face is perfect. Literally symmetrical. You can cut it in half. Perfectly, if you want to. And that's just what makes somebody good looking. So, but what they do is they go, oh my God, I like this person so much. Beauty's important to me, so I'll just call them beautiful. Oh, they're beautiful. No, they're not. They're cool,
right?
Which is enough. She's the greatest female athlete of all time, which is enough. Yeah. Why do you make looks such an important thing? Why are you putting that on us?
Well, now the answer to that would be because we put that on them. To be fair.
Stop bullying yourself.
Huh?
Stop bullying yourself.
Oh, no, I didn't do it. Whenever someone says, Billy, you did, I was like, nope, not my team. But I would say that men did that to them. I do agree, but I agree with...
Their mothers did that shit to them.
But why did those mothers do that to them? I
mean, their mothers did it to them.
I ultimately agree with you on this one. This was one where I was like, fuck, why didn't I call her ugly this way? Because that was way smarter. That's what I'm saying. It's you have these arguments, I'm like... that was.
I mean, look,
they don't look good from afar, but when you actually go zoom in on an Andrew Schulz argument, you're like, that actually kind of makes sense.
Let me tell you right now. Yeah. We'll talk about this right now because this is a perfect example. Because I got a lot of shit for the whole Ahmed clock boy shit.
Yeah, I know you. Yeah, I remember seeing that.
The second I saw this fucking clock, first of all, I didn't even know that's what the clock looked like. The second I found out that a kid brought a suitcase that was beeping to school, I don't care what it is, and then he got detained for it. I don't care what your fucking background is. I don't care what it is. Get out of here. You're stupid. You're a dummy to even do that. You're fucking dumb to even do that. Inventor my ass. You're a fucking idiot to bring a beeping suitcase anywhere in America. Okay, that's just stupid. None of us would do that. It's just it'd be like, why is that beeping? And then it's a suitcase. If it's a cell phone, it's like, oh, it's a cell phone. Why do you have a suitcase and you're a 14? I don't have. My dad doesn't have a suitcase. He's 73 years old. Nobody carries suitcases unless there's a bomb in it, or you're working on.
Do you
Wall
see
Street.
it closed? It looked like one of the ones from like the Howie Mandel show. Just
Yeah,
looked like
yeah.
a Deal or No Deal suitcase.
Yeah. And then you open it up and it looks exactly like what a bomb looks like in the movies. Okay, so here's my issue. Immediately upon seeing it, I go, "This is fishy. Something's off here." Okay. Everybody freaks out. Oh, Muslim kid is racially profiled, yada, yada, yada. The story is perfect for media. Every article now that comes out is how do I make this racially sensitive so that I can get views. Perfect example. Right. Just recently, this Native American kid was sent home from school in Utah because he had a Mohawk haircut.
I saw that.
And the article is Native kid sent home for Mohawk. Right.
What
the article doesn't really go into detail about is the school has a strict dress code, and it also says within the dress code that we do not allow certain piercings, weird hairstyles, or any of that kind of stuff. It's just the rules. But the article goes Native kid. It doesn't go kid. Yeah. Native kid. You know what? That taps your white guilt. Okay, I better click on this and see how horrible white people are. No. So
and you did.
Exactly. I clicked on it out of anger. I was like, now whenever I see it, I go, let me see if I can debunk this kind of bullshit. So perfect situation. The Ahmed comes to school. This Muslim kid is sent home with the clock. Now, I don't know if he wanted to get sent home. But immediately what I said on the thing is, hey, if I want to get some shine, if I want to get some kind of personal gain, that is a great way to do it. You build a clock, which he did not build, by the way. I did a little research on it. I'm reading some articles. All he did is bought a clock, unscrewed the clock, put it in a suitcase. So Richard Dawkins, are you familiar with Dawkins?
Yeah.
So Dawkins did all this rants where he was going out and he said, he didn't invent anything. All he did is put a clock in a suitcase. So to me, that makes me ask, why are you putting it in a suitcase? Why is it a suitcase that you chose to put that in? Why isn't it a lunchbox? Why isn't it? Why didn't you just bring the fucking clock that you got in and say, here's a screwdriver, I can unscrew certain parts? It's just really peculiar to me. Like if he bought these parts at different stores and then made it, I'd be like, oh, that's interesting. But you just take something that already exists and then you... Right. It's a little weird to me, right? Like you did. So that's what Dawkins put it out. And to me, it's just like, it sounds fishy. Your teacher told you not to tell any of the other teachers. You told your first period teacher. Now that he told you not to tell anybody. Tell your second period teacher. Third period. Fourth period. Fifth period. Sixth period. Finally, somebody says it. Why are you telling everybody? Why are you showing off this clock after a teacher specifically told you not to do it? Mark Cuban said that on Bill Maher. He spoke to him. He's like, I spoke to the kid, and his sister's feeding him all the answers, and he's going, my teacher told me not to, and I asked every single teacher. And Cuban is like, I'm getting suspicious. Why do you keep showing teachers this invention until one of them bites? So to me, it's like we could have this whole fucking, race story about how America's racist, but nobody wants to talk about how 2 years ago a black chick in Florida brought a volcano experiment into school and got the exact same treatment from police. They detained her, sent her to the juvenile hall because they thought it was a bomb. Yeah. But when she's black, it's no big deal.
Right.
When it's a Muslim kid, it's, the Islamophobia is out of hand. No, don't bring a fucking bomb-looking thing to school. That's very simple. I don't care what race you are. No bomb-looking thing. From Andrew Schulz. You heard it here first.
I mean, I agree. This is where I really agree with you on some of the fucking... Internet journalism has really fucked up and created these fake social justice warrior people. Where the point where it's you want to get outraged just for the sake of being outraged. I mean, you remember the Caitlyn Jenner costume?
What was it?
It's just somebody created a Halloween costume for this year, and they advertised it was that dress. It looked like that dress from the cover. Mm-hmm. But it was a big hairy man in the costume, and people were outraged and be like, "Oh my god, it's transphobic." Couple weeks later, a week or two or so later, Caitlyn came out and said, someone asked her about it. She's like, "Oh, I thought it was hilarious." It's stop being offended for other people. Let them get offended.
Interesting, yeah.
Yeah,
they have.
Because Caitlyn was fine with it.
She's fine with it.
It wasn't like a tranny costume. It was a Caitlyn Jenner costume. It's specifically for her, mocking this person who we're all trying to forget killed someone a few months ago. You know, I don't know if we
nobody, dude. If you ever murder somebody, just say you're trans. There's no better way to get forgiveness in America for the murder of not murder, but what is it called? Manslaughter.
Manslaughter. Yeah.
They didn't murder. Let's not get crazy.
If you want to, if for murder you have to just like win a.
For murder, you got to chop your dick off.
I was gonna say you got to win a Super Bowl and be Ray Lewis.
Yeah. Then we'll forgive you for the murder. But it's amazing that nobody talks about it. I think with Caitlyn, I think she's an asshole.
Yeah.
I think she's a homophobic asshole. I literally think she's homophobic. I think she doesn't like gay people.
She's a Kardashian without the fucking last name. And yes, it is.
Well, I think the Kardashians are way better than her. I don't think they don't do anything wrong to me.
I think what they do for like culture and like fetishizing fame is like highly damaging.
But we already do that. Like you go to England, they do it with the royal family. You go to India, they do it with Bollywood. You go to wherever you go, they're going to do it with somebody. We're just obsessed with fame in general. Like that's just
but this country, like we only want to profit. Like other countries make shit, and America to the point we make Kardashians.
What do they make? What do other countries make?
Other countries?
Yeah,
they cars. Pharmaceuticals.
We make cars. We make pharmaceuticals.
Where do you think
all the pharmaceuticals come from?
Okay, pharmaceuticals.
America.
Poor choice. But like, for example, car industry leaves the country because they're doing it better. They're doing it cheaper.
We design all the cars here.
Yeah, well, granted, also
we just make them over there.
Yeah, well, because we let children make them over there. Here we have to have adults do it. So
I'm not saying that's good, but we make them still. I mean, building them isn't making it. Designing the Mustang is what makes it.
Okay.
So, but I mean, I'm just saying, like, we shit on America like it doesn't. I don't know. I travel, man. America's the shit, bro. I'm sorry, but it's just like you go to these other places, you be like, man, you don't sell ketchup.
I love America.
Like, get some ketchup.
I love America and what we have here. I don't like the culture that's here.
But here's the thing. I think the problem is is acting like the Kardashians really affect culture. Like,
you don't think they have an effect on culture?
Of course they have an effect on culture, but like
the number one answer amongst kids now when they say like, what do you want to be when you grow up is I just want to be famous. Not I want to be famous for a thing. Not famous to be a comedian. Not famous by being an actor. Just I want to be famous. I don't care how.
But whose fault is that? It's like
I think that's like Kardashians. I think that's a big part of it.
No, it's like you're blaming McDonald's for selling bad food. Yeah. You blame the people that eat the McDonald's. Like you don't blame McDonald's. McDonald's only sells what people buy. It's like once you stop buying it, they stop selling it. Like McDonald's in America sucks now. Like they're losing everything and they're changing their menu. They're putting salads up. They're doing all these things. So don't blame the company that sells the shit that you like. You like it. Like you're the asshole. Control your diet. Like, don't be a fucking idiot. And the same thing with TV. It's like there's something that people enjoy about the Kardashians. They like the lifestyle. I think we're fascinated with lifestyle and wealth, right? You know, just like with the royal family in England. I
showed up to this apartment and I was fascinated. I was like, this is an upgrade.
It's not bad. You know, it's not bad. So look, but it's like I just don't hate on them for putting something out there. If the people fuck with it, they fuck with it. But like, it's not their fault. It's like, how are you going to blame somebody for something you like? Like you're the problem.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's not the Kardashians. You're the problem. Everybody who watches it, if you don't like it, is the problem. They're just being them. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, but like, are they really? You know,
they're being whatever they want to put out. But if you don't like what they put out, you got to blame the people that watch it, not them.
Oh, I do. I live with 5 people. And every time I go upstairs in the living room, they're always watching Big Brother. I'm like, there's like a bunch of shows that they paid creative people to like write and script and shoot, but you're going for the lowest common denominator. Ugh.
Dude, it's more entertaining. Yeah. The reality is always more entertaining because the expectation's lower. Yeah. It's like it's always low expectations for reality. It's like when you watch somebody fall on YouTube, it's so much funnier than when you watch someone fall in a sitcom.
Dick Van Dyke, yeah.
It's just not funny in a sitcom because you're like, oh, they planned it. So the expectations got to be really high. But when you watch them fall on YouTube, I'll just die laughing at watching somebody get scared. It's so funny. Watch them get scared on TV show. You're like, oh, you knew that was in the script.
All right. Well, I mean, that's a good segue. We can close with this. Is if you want briefly plugged, we got you got your new show coming out on IFC.
IFC Vendors.
You're already on the Guy Codes and Guy Court, which, by the way, again, your argumenting skills are fucking. Yeah, I know argumenting is not a word.
Don't matter.
I agree.
I don't give a fuck. My vocab sucks.
Argumenting, yeah. Argumenting scary sometimes, but it's
good.
It's oddly sound.
Good. I'm trying to make it that way.
Yeah. So tell us about the show Benders you got coming out on IFC October 1st, right?
October 1st, 10 p.m. IFC. That's Thursday, October 1st, 10 p.m. IFC. Look up.
Has nothing to do with sex and dating, but
zero.
Still.
Actually, no. I'm married on the show.
You're married?
I got a wife on the show.
Do you cheat on the show?
No, not on the show. Season 2. We'll see what
Season
happens.
2. Who's cheating? You guys gonna define what cheating is?
Maybe. I mean, I'd be.
It's like you ran up on that dude on the ice a little too hard, a little too close for my comfort.
Yeah, that's funny. That's right. Yeah, that's interesting. It's like if you're not interested in that gender, you can get a lot. You can do a lot more with them.
Yeah, I know he jerked me off, but you know what? I didn't even like it. So whatever.
But if I touched another girl's like tits, that might be cheating. But if I touch my friend's tits, it's not. So maybe cheating.
I mean, like Luis Gomez is like what grabbed his like friend's junk all the time, but that's not cheating.
Yeah. So that's interesting. Yeah. So yeah, cheating is very vague. It's not black and white. There's a lot goes. It's like okay, but so it's not cheating because I'm not interested in that person. So if I get jerked off to completion from a girl that I'm
from an ugly
not
Asian massage parlor woman,
exactly, that shouldn't be cheating. Interesting. So
there
cheating
we go.
with ugly people is not cheating, and that's why we have ugly people. Now we figured it out. Benders, October 1st, 10 p.m. Hey, thanks so much for doing this, man. I really appreciate it.
Absolutely, man. Thank you so much.
Sure.
You have a good one.
Peace.
Oh man, who wants to see Andrew Schulz fight Ronda Rousey? I know I do. I would pay whatever they charge for those HBO shows. I'd pay to watch that fight. The hubris on this dude. Oh, but I love him. He was great. Such a funny guy. So talented. Great thinker. I love just the way the thought process. Even if I don't agree, I love the thought process and the way in which he gets to it. So check out his new show, Benders, on IFC next Thursday, October 1st at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Benders follows a team of friends bonded by an irrational obsession with their men's ice hockey team, the Chubbies. So go check that out. Also, you can follow him on Twitter and Instagram at Andrew Schulz. That's AndrewSchulz. And you can follow me on the Twitters at TheBillyPresida. Say hello. Use the hashtag ManWhorePodcast. Let me know what you think about the show. And if you want to say something a little bit more privately, of course, you can email me your comments, your questions, your titty pictures, all over to manwhorepod@gmail.com. And please, I'm so grateful for everyone who is contributing to the Patreon page. If you got some nickels, you got some dimes, you got a couple dollar bills in your pocket, go ahead, throw that down at patreon.com/manwhorepodcast. Or you can go to manwhorepod and click the Patreon banner on the side. Also, go listen to Schultz's podcast, The Brilliant Idiots. Maybe more opinions that you disagree with, but Christ is so hilarious. And again, the thought process, people, that's what matters, the thought process. But until then, everybody, enjoy yourselves this week. I am excited for next week's episode. Is quite good. Another great special guest before we head into October with my lovely ladies. Our regular scheduled programming. So until next week, everybody, check your privilege and stay slutty.